Hi there. I just got an idea of just finally cleaning out the pens that I want to change the ink of. I've already kind of started. This is how I kind of started. I um, pinch the nib, gently, of course, to get rid of some of the ink. Um, this pen wasn't writing well with whatever ink I used. It's actually the Lennon Toolbar tea ink. It's Masona tea. I think it's too dry for the pen, or maybe the pen is just a totally dry writer. But anyway, I was talking about this idea. I want to change the ink of these pens, but at the same time, I would like to show how I clean them up because I've never done that before. Excuse me. I've never done that before. That's why I have cups of water here so I could do it on my desk. And it's so easy anyway. I haven't cleaned up these ones. I recently changed their ink as well, but why am I changing it again? I think I wasn't really happy about how it turned out or whatever ink I used. So we're going to work on that. And because these are all Sailor pens, I'm going to use my Shown Design pen syringe cleaner. I don't know. But if you've heard of this, it's an amazing, or if you haven't heard of it or seen it or whatever, it is a really great tool to have for cleaning your pens because it totally makes a huge difference, and it really makes your life easier. Trust me. I got it from the San Francisco Pen Show in 2024, and I thought of getting a second set because it's really helpful, or it's very efficient. I really love these things. I have one for Platinum, Pilot, and a former friend recommended a Yovo one. Excuse me. But as you know, I don't have anything with any pen with Yovo nib or whatever. Yeah, I don't have that. So, or maybe my Esterbrook, what's it called? The Coffee Monsters Co. Maybe this one too. Is this it? I don't even know how to determine if a pen has a Yovo nib. I think maybe this is a Yovo nib. I'm pretty sure someone will correct me. I'm gonna start with this one. This is still this still has ink in it, the converter. But I see that the cap is dirty, so I clean that up. I use a chopstick with this cut up leather thing. It's what I use. Like, what's it called? It's Goulet Grip. I got it a long time ago. I got multiples of this, and I got one that I just cut a little bit of it to put on a chopstick like this. I just taped it. It still hasn't come off, and it's staying on there really good. But you can super glue it for sure. And I've had this for a long time, and I'm still using it. So that's how I take out that plastic thingy. I think you saw me do that. Let me do it again. So I use that other end to push it in when I put it back in. But basically you just do this just because, it'll grip the plastic and take it out. And then for other pens where I would need like something bigger or whatever, I use this. It's the other end of the chopstick. The other, the leather thing I put on this end. And this one with a thick, or actually these are a couple rubber bands. And they're pretty thick. And as you see, there's still ink on there. Yeah, so this works really well as well. If you don't have that leather gripper thing or leather grip, just use a rubber band like this. And you can adjust how thick or thin you want it to be. Like for Sailor Pro gear like this, you can just use one rubber band, or you can use two. Like, see how this one fits there in there perfectly. I think I used this with, okay, now I got a lot of ink on there, but it's okay because you do that anyway when the pen is dirty or when the plastic thing in there is dirty, so it doesn't matter if it's clean or not. Yeah, so you can just do that. I use the thinner part of the chopstick. It's just, you know, like when you go to an Asian restaurant and they give you free chopsticks, that I save those things, so I have a stack of them, so if I need to make another one, I just do this. So yeah, that's how I take that out because it drives me crazy when I see that it's dirty. And then I have a lot of these things. So what I do is I dip this in water. I wet it. I wet the, you know, Q-tip part, and then I would just do this to clean it up, you know. Clean that thing up, and of course it'll get crazy like this. But yeah, so see how much ink that's in there. And then I take another clean one to just clean that up. I don't get super crazy when it comes to cleaning this part. I just do that just so it doesn't have any ink in it. And then the next thing I do is I take my monotonic. It's not a super deep cleaner, but it gets the job done when you just need like some kind of light cleaning of ink or whatever. And then of course, you know, the tip of this little thing will have ink on it. So I just wipe it on a paper towel where I sprinkle, or where I you know, put some, or the part that I wet with a monotonic. You can also use an like a, what's it called? The pen, is it pen flush or ink flush or something? The cleaner. Where is mine? Yeah, you can use that and then it'll work the same way. Let me see. The closer that I can get to right now that is a cleaner is my Diamine nib cleaning fluid. So it's especially formulated to break up stubborn blockages in pen nibs. Maybe this is a good one to use with some of these because this pen has been giving me issues lately and it's driving me crazy. So maybe I will put a little bit of that with some water in this tiny little thing. I use this to mix up my ink when I'm trying to, you know, just make some ink like this. When I'm trying to blend colors. And what else do I need to say? Yeah, so I think I'll just get on with it. So I put some of the cleaning solution, the Diamine one, in this little cup. It's about 20 mils in there. It says to flush the pen through with the fluid, repeat until, oh wait, submerge the pen nib directly into the solution. Wait for a few minutes to allow the fluid to soak in. Rinse pen thoroughly with warm water. So I guess this doesn't really require any additional water or anything. You just need to put the nib in there, which, let's see, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna clean up the converter as well. But yeah, so you gotta leave it in there for a bit to let it soak and get it submerged. Oh, there you go. So these are all the pens that I want to clean up. I'm also going to swatch all the ink that I want to ink them up with. I don't remember what I inked that with. The Pro Gear Slim Home. This one has the Kobe Jade, and it's just too light, so I'm going to change it. So it's a perfect size for like 4 sailor nibs. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna let that soak in there while I clean up the converters. I'm gonna show you how to do that, or how I do it actually. You don't have to do it the same way that I do it, but let me see. I have to empty out this one. I'm just gonna do it on a paper towel since I'm not right by the sink right now. I'm just gonna do it like that. I will need thick paper towel here. So I just take it apart. Since I'm not going to be able to rinse it under flowing water, I'm going to try my best to just show you another efficient way of doing it. Because, I mean, as you saw, I was able to take it apart, right? You can totally disassemble your converter to clean it. You don't have to struggle doing it. But right now I'm struggling a little bit because it will be so much easier to do this by the sink under running water. You just rinse this and it's clean right away. But I have this thing, so I can do this. I can even just do this actually. Might be easier. Wait, let me find another empty thing here. This thing. I'll use it as a little sink thing for this. So you're gonna rinse it with water. This is distilled water that I put in those cups before I started recording. So it's now pretty much rinsed and clean. Look at that, right? And then I can just wipe it dry with this little Q-tip thingy. Oh, crap. That's the first time that happened to me. That's funny. You can buy these from Amazon. Just look up pointy wooden Q-tips. You can even get the sterilized version, but I don't see why you will have to, or why you would need a sterilized version of these. But yeah, that's where you get it from. And then you can just put it back in like this. Right. And then you got a clean converter ready for inking again. See that? There you go. And then I have 3 more. So this one. Just make sure that you don't lose the converter parts. You know, be careful, because it won't work the same way if you do that. I'm going to take most of the ink out right there, and then just wipe it with dry paper towel. Yeah, it's important to clean this part too, because this is the one that pushes the ink out. And then the reason why I am doing this, like with the Q-tip, wiping off the ink before I rinse it out, so that, because like I said, I'm not in the sink to do this. It's so much easier and faster to do it under running water. But since we're here at my desk and I'm doing this here, I'm just trying to show you that it's also possible to do it this way. If you're just, you know, you just don't feel like getting up, or, you know, whatever, just always have a bottle of distilled water right beside you and empty cups, and do it the way I'm doing it. Yeah. It's also very effective. Doesn't take too much water. See that? I've only used 5 mils of water with 2 converters. It's not bad, right? But then I'm using a few pointy Q-tips to like dry them out and clean them out and stuff. So what I'm using to dry out the last converter that I cleaned, it's what I'm going to use to clean up the other converter, so that I'm not going to be wasteful or anything. I hope that you saw everything that I did. I wasn't conscious about being in the frame or not. I was just being in the moment. All right, so the next one, the gold converter. Oops. Pull it out. Then I rinse it in this one. Rinse it in the dirty water, and then rinse it in the clean water. And then wipe it dry. It's important to wipe it dry so you don't have that residue, ink residue on this thing. See that? It's still pretty dirty. Gotta take this thing off. Then now, just clean the whole thing. Be very gentle. Make sure you don't break this. You could easily break it if you're not gentle. Then you're gonna have to buy a whole new converter. Okay, if it's kind of a stubborn ink like this, I would use a monotonic to rinse it like this. I can't remember what I inked that with. But it's a brown ink, obviously. But yeah, if it's a stubborn ink like that, probably a sheening ink. That's why it's giving me a hard time to clean it up. Yeah, so see, now that's better. It's clean. And then you put it back together. Wait, not yet. Is that how it goes? This one, wait, where is it? This one, the one that I used for the other converter to wipe off, you know, the wettest part, or because it's going to be really wet with ink in there. You're just trying to kind of removing that super wetness so it's easier to rinse off. And then there you go. Yeah, this is a Birmingham pen company. I can see the neon green sheening formulation or whatever. So there's that. Clean. So that one took 2 rinsing. That's okay. If I were in the bathroom doing this right now, I would have been done already. But that's okay. I don't have good lighting there, so I can't film in there. Wait, what am I doing? There you go. All good. The last one, this has a blue ink. This is for the Refresh Pro Gear Slim. Okay, it's a little tight. And we got it off. This thing is a little dirty. Let me see. I need a pair of tweezers to kind of rinse it. And then into the clean water. I don't know if that is stained now because it's like green. Let me see if I can get it off with this. Yeah, it's coming off. I think, maybe. If you want it to be really clean, you can rinse it off with the monotonic as well. Yeah, I think that's just stained now, but that's okay. All right, now this part, oops. Obviously, you're gonna get dirty with ink, you know. Because you're handling a pen with ink. That's inevitable. But I'm using a really good soap to remove or to really clean my hands, and it removes all the ink on my skin. Okay, now this one, wow, I forgot what I inked that up with. I think it was, no, I'm not gonna guess, I can't remember. Okay, I'm just going to rinse it up. Oh crap, did this get dirty? I think it did. I'm gonna wipe off my tweezers. It got ink on it, I think. I don't know. There's some kind of blue stuff on there. Okay. The last converter to clean or rinse. You just aim it onto the walls of the converter when you're doing it the way I'm doing it right now, to really get the ink off of it. Let's see. Yeah, it's clean. It's all clean now. Perfect. Okay, now we dry it. I'm still using the same paper towel. All right. The drying part. Let me know if you try this method or if you've done this before or you want to do it now or something, or you want to start doing it like this. It's really easy. Wait, what's happening? What am I doing? Oh, crap. It's the wrong way. There you go. All clean. You know how when you don't disassemble it, when you clean it, you still have ink on the like side of the rubber part over there? It always drives me crazy when that happens. So I like disassembling my converters to clean them up. In the past, I would be so lazy to do it. But now, you know what? The thing that you're lazy to do is the best way to do it. So I just, sucked it up and started doing it that way because it's the best way to do it, I think. Oh my gosh, look at all the ink that came out of that, of all those nibs. The bottle said to wait a few minutes, and I think it's been a few minutes since, I did some cleaning and whatnot with the converters. Now let's do this. Let's see. I still want to do this that way the water in there don't get too inky and too dirty right away. But here's the shown design Sailor syringe cleaner. It's really easy to use this thing. You just put it on like this, and then you just go in the water like so. And of course you only dip it like up to here or here. Don't like dip it all the way down. And then actually I hold it here, I don't hold the syringe or the part of the syringe or the cleaning thing, because it might blow up too much air or water, and it might be too much pressure, and you drop your nib into the whatever cup you're using. It might damage the nib if that happens. So be careful. See how like you pull it up and you get ink like that, and then you just do that. And then wait for it to be looking clear, which right now it's pretty clear. So that means it's clean. So that's how easy it is to use this. And, I always give it a few more pumps, and then now it's good. So now that's good. And then after doing that, I know that's already distilled water. I still like using the monotonic to rinse the nib. So I just have thick paper towel like this, and then I just put a few drops on the nib like this. And then I don't really need to rinse the inside. And then what I do when I clean my nib like this, I get a paper towel. I get these paper towels where you can cut it up in squares like this. I just, because I'm very impatient to wait for it to dry, I just do this. Wrap the nib around with a paper towel like this. And then I have these clips. I just clip it like anywhere to keep it secure. And then this will soak up whatever wetness it has. And that always works really good for me. And then now on to the next. Of course, the same method. Let's see if this, oh yeah, this is still really inky. Oh, this is the one that has sheening ink. I think this has, or this had burley wood. So this is going to be this is going to have that yellow or the green, whatever thing that is, with their sheening ink. Okay, now this water has gotten really muddy. That's why I have 2 cups here. So if one gets really muddy, I will use the other one for like a final rinse and whatnot. Okay, I think that's good. And then now, because this one really got dirty, I want to use the clean water. And then this will finalize the cleaning process. Oh, see? Sometimes I do that. Good thing I'm holding the pen part, not the cleaner. Okay, that's good. And then now, just dry it. See, it's still like that. So what I do is rinse it with a monotonic. There you go. The monotonic is doing its job. See that? See, that's the Birmingham Pen Company ingredient that is very stubborn. So when it's like that, it really helps to do this. So I will wrap this around with this paper towel like this. And they're just going to be buddies there for a little bit. And then clip it So I have these. It's just easier. And then I rinse it again with a monotonic later until I don't see that green thing anymore. Okay, now for the next pen, I think doesn't really matter which one goes first. It's crazy how when you do this, you see how dark the ink is, but then when you write with it, it's so light. See, I'm aware that some ink won't show up with super fine nibs. The thing is, the ink is dark. So usually dark ink will write dark still using, you know, a super fine nib. But not sure why others don't. Anyway, I'm still gonna rinse this with dirty water for now. That way when we get to the cleaner water, it will have less ink in it or on it or whatever. This is the fountain pen of the year 2024. As I was taking this out and the other pen, the fountain pen of the year 2023, it reminded me that I haven't seen the fountain pen of the year 2026. I got the 2022, 2023, and 2024 fountain pens of the year. I haven't seen the 2026 one. I'm not sure if they even like have any available picture or whatever. If they've already decided what it's going to be for this year. But I'm so excited to see what it will be, what color it would be. Since last year it was a 1911 pen. This year might be a Pro Gear. Again, where's my... These are last year's. So, 1911S and then 1911L. So I'm curious if maybe this year would be a Pro Gear. Let me see if I can show you my 2022. 2022 are these ones. The Soda Pop. The original, I think they call it original Pro Gear or something like that. It's just Pro Gear Slim and Pro Gear Large. And then 2024's is this one. This is the slim version. And wait. Hold on. Okay, there it is. This is the large version. 1911 slim and 1911 large. I really don't know why I took pride in getting both sizes, but I really like having both sizes. This thing is dirty in there, so I'm just gonna clean it. You just take a wet Q-tip and clean the inside of the cap like this with distilled water, or you can use the monotonic to do it, and then you just dry it with a dry Q-tip. I like this one because it doesn't leave lint and stuff like the regular Q-tip that you have, you know. That thing drives me crazy. So I like that one more. And then let's do the last one, the last nib. I wonder how stubborn the ink on this one will be. Hopefully it won't be that bad. I have prepared all the ink that I will be swatching that are like the candidates for the pens. And as you can see, I have a lot of different stuff on my desk. It's because whenever, you know, I write in my journal, I test out some pens to see which pen I want to use for that day. So I have those. And that's the reason why I got inspired to clean up these pens and change their ink. Because the Hobonichi Hon or Han, however you want, I don't even know how to say that. But it's really annoying how it's making my penmanship fat with my extra fine pens. So lately, I've been using my gel pens, my Energel Klena 0.3 gel pens. And I had to like dig out some stocks from my stash because the ones that I had out were like running out of ink because I've had them for years. And then like I started writing in them with my Sarasa Nano, not the 3.8, it's the 0.3. There's a 0.3 one. Like the 0.3 ones, my Snoopy ones. And they also get fat in on that paper. It's really annoying. So the Energel Klena 0.3, those pens remain really fine on the paper. So that's why I decided to just use those for now until, you know, I miss writing in cursive. Because when I use my gel pens, for some reason, I'm more comfortable writing in print. But with fountain pens, I feel like it's more proper for me to write in cursive for some reason. I don't like my print when I use my fountain pens. I feel like, I don't know, it's just not comfortable for me, I guess. And I feel like, I don't know, I don't do well writing in print with my fountain pens for some reason. So, yeah, this is a pretty stubborn ink, I guess. I'm just gonna have to clean it up really well. If for some reason it's still gonna have some of this, some ink after I try to, you know, get the paper towel to soak it all up, I do another rinse. And if that happens, I might have to pause on recording and do it in the bathroom. It'll be so much quicker and easier for me. So there you go. Ink swatching time. So I want to test out some ink to like the choices that I have for the pens that I cleaned up or cleaned out. This is Waringill's Carmilla. I recently got this. I'm not sure. Did I do an ink swatching video for this? I think I haven't. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that it does this. Oh. Mercala? Joseph Sheridan. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Wow. What's the story behind this ink? Pantone 200. Well, doesn't say. I don't usually pay attention to like things like that, stories of or whatever. I just look at the color and think, oh, I like it. Anyway, I have this thing. I got it for my ink mixing thing, and then I thought that it would be a great way to store my ink muddler, whatever I choose to use for the day or for the time being. This is what I want to use today, so this is what I have out. This is really a beautiful color, so I'm thinking I really want to use it, but I'm not sure because I feel like this brand is not working well with any of my fine nibs, super fine nibs, because I don't know if the problem is the nib itself or if the ink is just kind of dry. Is this brand supposed to be dry ink or wet ink? I'm not even sure anymore because of the way it worked for me. But let's write down the name. It's so pretty. And then the next one is this. This is a limited edition. Not sure if anyone knows about it yet or if anyone knows about it at all. My friend Alicia told me about it or showed it to me and I instantly bought it. I forgot the name. Wait, it's right here. Vintage Brick by Nagasawa Kobe. So if it's your first time seeing it here, please let me know. Really beautiful. See? It's pretty. Not sure if I've given anyone a sample of this yet. Any of my friends. I can't remember. But maybe not because I kind of put this somewhere that is easy for me to forget that there's something in that area. So I kind of forgot about this ink too. Oh my gosh. Yes. I love the way it writes. I just love Kobe ink. Oh, mistake. Naga. So, okay. There. It's not that good, but whatever. Vintage Brick. That is so beautiful. And I recently got this. I can't even remember what video I posted. I don't think I've shown this yet, though. This is Tono and Limbs Chocolate Cosmos Noir. It's from the Friendship series. So, I thought this was a shimmering ink, but I swatched it and it's not. And I wanted to ink my, you know, the TWSBI Marble Black that I didn't ink up, the third one. This is what I wanted to ink that with, but this is not shimmery, so I inked it up with something else. I should probably show what I inked it up with, maybe after this, when we get to the writing part. And Tono and Limbs. It's so beautiful. Chocolate. Cosmos. Noir. One ink that I kind of miss using is the KWZ Brown Pink. I haven't used this in a while. This is the Aerofol or Aerofol paper, by the way. KWZ. Oh, yeah. I have forgotten how much I love this ink. The next one is Shioya Vintage Sepia by Kobe, number 52. Oh my gosh. I might not skip this. It's just too pretty. Nagasawa. Kobe. What is it? Vintage. Sepia. I got these recently. I saw that Amazon had them. It's a really beautiful green. I really like greens like this. Sailor. Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful. You know how, like, when you write with ink, the ink is still a little bit lifted on the paper because it's still wet? I really love that. I wish it would remain lifted like that, because that's such a really pretty effect. But of course we can't have it all, right? And this is Tokiwa Matsu. I'm looking for ink for my Sailor Pen of the Year 2023. I think it's called Olive Green. The 1911S that I cleaned out earlier. This might be a perfect match because of the color, but it doesn't really have to perfectly match. Oh, that's really beautiful. Dark green. Tokiwa Matsu. Next one, excuse me, Rikucha. It's a darker olive green, I think. Am I still in frame? I should have made smaller swatches and writing because I have more ink to swatch. By the way, this is the Iro Utsushi by Pilot. I love the nib and the handle, so. Okay, the next one is Tono and Limbs. Standard number 12, Under the Peaceful Light of the Spring Sun. Oh, I love that effect. Can you see it? It's so pretty. So this is the ink. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I love this green. Now this is Tono. Oh my gosh. It's just so satisfying to write with this ink. With this nib though, I get different results when I finally put it in a pen. Now what is the long name for this? Under the Peaceful Light. This is the next one, Yamamoto Dori Exotic Green, number 84. I know that I haven't used this, but I have swatched it in my swatch book. It's a dark green. Really dark. Nagasawa. Ooh, juicy. Number 84. The last green that I will swatch is the KWZ Foggy Green. I'm just gonna squeeze it into the bottom part of this paper. I'm just gonna squeeze everything in on this side. That way they're all on this paper. This is the Sailor Shikiori Yuki Usagi. It's such a pretty color. As far as I remember. See? Oh my gosh. That's so beautiful. Sailor Shikiori. Yuki Usagi. And then Robert Oster Chicago. I remember liking this ink so much as well. And I feel like I already have this in my Robert Oster stash. But I bought it anyway because I was too lazy to get the bin out. But I wouldn't mind having 2 bottles of this, actually. This is the Robert. Ooh, yeah. So pretty. It's Tasha's Blue Black ink, maybe? I'm not sure. Or Royal Blue. But I can see it's very blue. It's dark. Okay, probably Blue Black. I was probably right. Ooh. Okay. That's a lot of really beautiful choices right there. Excuse me. I have 4 pens that I want to ink up or do an ink change with. So now, I was kind of thinking earlier to ink this up with this one because of the finial in the bottom. It's a beautiful green. Look at that. They match. And Sailor ink always works with Sailor pens. So I don't doubt that this will be really good with it. But also I was thinking of inking it with a brown ink. Maybe this one. The Vintage Sepia. But I feel like I will go with this. And then for the olive green, I'm thinking this one, the Tono and Limbs. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Right? Beautiful match. Or should we go with darker green? No, I think I'll go with this. I'm happy with that choice. And for this one, I can either go blue or Carmilla because of the bottom and the finial. See that? They kind of match. or vintage brick. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. But I kind of want to use the Yuki Usagi with this pen. I feel like that'll be perfect. Now for this, I was actually thinking this is kind of more a universal pen where you can ink it with whatever, right? Because it's black. So one of these, I'm thinking, I really wanted to use Carmilla, but not for this pen. This pen kind of feels like a super dry writer. Not super, maybe I'm just exaggerating, but yeah, it kind of feels that way. But I really love the this pen's nib because it's a true Japanese extra fine. Should I ink it up with vintage brick, Cosmos Noir, brown pink, or this one? Oh, it's so hard to decide. Maybe this one, the vintage sepia. I feel like because I'm having a hard time to decide, maybe I should go with a dark brown. So now, checking on the pen, looking good. It's dry now. I mean, the nib, not the pen. Yeah. Looks pretty dry to me. Right there. See? It kind of released all that. Hopefully it's good enough. All right. So this is, I'm not saying that this is the right way to do it, or this is how you're supposed to do it, or to copy me or whatever and do it this way. I mean, feel free to definitely do the way I do it, but I saw people putting like paper towel in the bottom of a cup, and then they kind of put the nibs upside down and wait for it to dry overnight. But I like to, I don't like to wait that long, so I always just do that, because whenever I feel like changing the ink, I like to change it the same day. So that's just how I do it. Then now the converters. Let's do this. This one has a silver one, and it's this one, I think. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So there you go, a clean pen, clean converter. It's ready for inking. I'm just gonna reassemble all the pens before I ink them up, just to be safe. This one has a silver one as well. And then this one has the gold sailor converter. I'm not sure if this came with this. I think I probably changed it. Not sure, but hold on. There's some kind of a pink stain here. I don't want to clean it up. So I'm just going to use one of these things and the monotonic. I really love the monotonic. I'm glad that they're always re-releasing it. I mean, I've seen them re-release it a few times already this year. I waited for it for a long time, since I started buying Birmingham Pen Company ink. Yeah, So when it came out, I mean, when they re-released it the first time this year, I bought a bunch. That way, if they take a long time to re-release it again, I would still have, you know, my stash. And I wouldn't feel too bad when I run out. Okay, I just, there's some stuff in there. Hold on. I'm gonna clean it. So this is how I clean the inside part. I wet this Q-tip with monotonic, like this. And then I just wipe it off and hope for the best, because it's in the crevice of that spiral thing, whatever, the screw thing. Hopefully it goes away. I don't know why it's pink. I can't remember what I inked this with. I'm pretty sure it wasn't pink, but I mean last time. But it has like some kind of ink pink stain in there for some reason. So there you go. All clean. Now just to make sure that it's not wet anymore, I just go over with this dry Q-tip, and it seems good now. So there's no more pink stain. And there you go. That Diamine nib cleaner is really good. But it's so tiny. I'm not sure if they meant for the nib to be in that jar, or like pour it in a different cup or jar or whatever to use it. But as you saw, I poured it in this thing earlier. I've already cleaned up all the cups. Okay, so that, and then that, and then this, and that, right? We're getting this. And this one, Nagasawa Kobe. Vintage sepia. And what's the other one? Tono and Lace. Number 12. Oh my gosh. I really hope all of these will work. Which one should we do first? Okay, let's do this. I'm going to do my method where I ink it up, and then I release the ink, and then I ink it up again. Do that 3 times to saturate the nib with ink. Then I make sure I get a good fill. I push out a little bit of ink like that, and then go back. It's so beautiful, even on the paper towel. Okay. leave this here so I remember. Now this one, oh my gosh. I'm so excited to use this ink now. It's just so beautiful. I was thinking I was gonna ink this pen with a brown, but this is really good. Okay. And then here. All right, I can't wait to write with it. And then now for this one. This is the first time that I'm inking this pen with a non-brown ink. But they match, I think. Same method, 3 times. Saturate that ink, that nib. Wait, how many times did I do it already? I wasn't counting. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, this pen has been problematic for me lately, but I really hope with a Sailor ink it wouldn't be anymore. I can't remember what I inked this with last time. I get so excited every time I change the ink in any of my pens because I feel like it's new pen day. Okay, so for this one, let's hope for the best. Moment of truth. This is the Sailor. Ooh. Okay, I like the way that feels. 1911 S. Fountain Pen of the Year, 2023. Olive green. I don't like how it's too light. This has extra fine nib. You probably already know that. This is a limited edition pen. And I inked it up with Tono and Limbs. Crap, I have ink all over my finger. Standard. Number 12. Under the peaceful. Light of the spring sun. Yeah, that's a little too light for me, but I guess it's okay for now. And then the second one is the 2024 Fountain Pen of the Year. Oh my gosh. That is juicy. Okay. Sailor Pro Gear Slim. I forgot the name of this pen. Celestial Gray, I think. Slim. Fountain pen. Of the year 2024. Celestial Gray. Extra fine. Oops. That's my other phone. It's email. So it vibrated. Nagasaki. Kobe. Number 52. Shioya Vintage. Sepia. It's crazy how while I'm writing this, I'm already thinking of what video I want to record next, because I have an overwhelming number of ideas that's running through my head of what to record. And then sometimes I get too overwhelmed that I forget every single one. I write them down in my journal, and then looking at how many ideas I have, I get so overwhelmed that I end up being too lazy to do anything. So this video is actually a spur of the moment. I wasn't planning to record a video at all today. But then I was like, if I'm going to do this, I might as well record it and show what I do and all that stuff. And I think there are people that appreciate it when I show like how I, like, let's say how I clean my, or disassemble the TWSBI pen. I think a lot of people appreciated that. Okay, there's some kind of, whatever that is, that went inside the nib. I think hopefully it's gone. Okay, Sailor. Yeah, it's still there. What the heck is that? Some kind of a tiny hair. Where is my... There it is. I have this brass sheet that I got from Goulet Pens, and whenever that happens, I just do this. Hopefully it's gone now. All right, I think it's gone. Yeah. Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This just feels good in my hand. Pro Gear Slim. Yoseka Home. Extra fine. This is not a limited edition, so. And this is inked with Sailor, Shikiori, Waka Oguisu. Funny how I have a Tasha ink that's kind of the same name as that. Yeah, it is the same name. It's just uguisu, I think. But there's no, yeah, this one is waka uguisu. This one is uguisu. And it's really pretty. Okay, so the last one is Yoseka Sailor. That is writing really light. Pro Gear. Slim. Refresh. Extra fine. And this has the Sailor. Shikiori. Yuki Usagi. All right. I do think that's a perfect match because it's very light as well. But that's all of my ink choices with the pens. I mean, I hope it's clear in the video. But what do you think of my ink choices? So here's all the ink swatches. They still haven't completely dried. Just want to show all of these close up. Really beautiful. So it's crazy how, see what I'm saying? It writes differently when you put it in a pen. It's so beautiful here. But I'm not sure I can tolerate thicker nibs. So yeah, I still love it. I love the way Extra Fine writes. So yeah, there's all the ink. Loving these blue. The only thing is that if I want to get the full effect of the ink like that one, I will have to use my dip pen or my glass pen. Look at that. Ah, there's sheen to it. I should have used this. Natasha, you see that? How pretty is that? Oh my goodness. Okay, I almost forgot something. I promised to show what I inked the TWSBI, the last TWSBI black marble pen with. So I'm going to do that. This is it right here. Let's wait for the shimmer to get mixed in there. Because you know it's laying flat, so the shimmer falls down to the bottom of that. This is the Extra Fine, and this has the Birmingham pen company. What is it called? I think it's called Rose Bush Twinkle. I think that is the name of that ink, but it's shimmery and it's so pretty. I really love that ink. I sent a sample to my friend Tiff, and she loves it too, but she used it without the shimmer, because you know you can do that when the shimmer is all the way down. Just don't move it, don't shake it or whatever, and you get the non-shimmery part of the ink. But look at that with the shimmer though. Do you see that effect? I mean, do you see the shimmer? It's so gorgeous. The standard part of the ink is more on the pink side. It's like a brown pink. It's so pretty. So, yeah, I think that is it. Please don't forget to use my codes. Pen Chalet YZA10, Van Ness YZA10, and also the washi tape shop YZA10. And I'm gonna figure out Atlas. Not sure if they're gonna email me or whatever, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they consider me again. But thank you so much for watching, for all your support. Please do subscribe if you haven't. It really helps. And click that notification button to get a notification whenever I post a new video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, if you enjoyed it. Post a comment for any questions. I'll let you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't get tired of supporting me. Have a great day. Bye.